Hi, I'm Damon MacNaught, and welcome to my studio, Bare Glass. I've been working for 25 years. I got started in glass when I was in college. So once I started working with glass, it was over. I wanted to work with the material, and I think I took as many classes in glass as I did in my major. I find inspiration for my work from all different sources. And so as I look at different periods and styles of art history, other artists, I find ideas or techniques that I want to bring into my own work or move an idea that I've been working on forward. Today here at Bare Glass, we're going to make a set of drinking glasses, a set of juice glasses that we can say cheers to one another with and enjoy companionship and company with family and friends. So we're going to pick up a big chunk of glass, which is in this kiln at 1,000 degrees. And we'll introduce it into the glory hole, heat it up, get it molten, we'll put a bubble in it, and then we'll make a drinking cup out of it. This is my studio cat. She's been here for the last 10 years. And so the whole time here I need to keep the blowpipe rotating to prevent the glass from falling off the end due to gravity. And so as I get this chunk of glass hot, I'm going to keep going to this metal table here that we call the marver, and that's going to help me shape the glass. So at this point we've shaped the glass from the billet into an acceptable form. So our next step is to put some air into this blowpipe to create the inside of the drinking glass. So you can see inside there's a bubble now, and that bubble is the basis for us to create a hollow vessel. And we can't talk too long about it though, because the glass is always trying to cool back down to room temperature, so we have to introduce more heat to keep the glass fluid so we can continue to shape and work on our drinking vessel. Glass blowing is really fairly straightforward in terms of monitoring the temperature, a sequence of events, and then matching that with a sense of timing. And that's the basics of blowing glass. You don't want to get it too hot. You want to follow a game plan of how to make the vessel, how to set it up, and then just use temperature and timing to make the glass do what you would like it to do. So at this point, we said we were going to add some color. And so we've got color mix of red, orange, and yellow on the marver. And because our clear glass is hot, it will stick to the colored glass. So now that we have our color applied, we're going to use the marver to shape up the glass and help smooth the colored glass into the surface, and then we're going to start to inflate the glass a little more, working towards our drinking glass. And we're going to make a juice glass today. So we get that colored glass worked into the surface, and we're going to blow it up a little more, and we're going to get some more heat on it here. And so now I'm done with the marver, and I'm going to go sit at the bench and continue to shape the glass. And I'm going to work on a parting line called a jack line, and this jack line is going to help me separate the glass from the blowpipe. So here in the studio, I typically work by myself, which isn't necessarily usual. Typically in the glass studio, you work with a team of artisans helping you create your vision, communication, teamwork, and collaboration are a big part of making glass. And I think that's part of what makes it a lot of fun. So I've created what's called a jack line here. And I do that because this is going to be the top of the drinking glass where we drink. And by making that V-groove line, I can control how the glass breaks once we finish shaping the bottom of the drinking glass. So now I'm just focusing the heat on the bottom portion of the bubble that we've created here, so that I can only shape the bottom. I don't want the drinking glass to be any wider, but I want it to have a flat bottom so that it'll sit on the table instead of just rolling away. And now we're going to use another rod that we have over here to transfer the glass once this cools down a moment. We don't want any movement in the glass at this point. And we're going to attach another glass rod with a bit of glass on the end called a punty to the bottom of our drinking glass, and then we're going to break it off. And then there'll be a hole in the top of our vessel that we'll be able to open up into the lip of the drinking glass. Then back into the fire so that we can keep the glass overall hot so it doesn't crack. If we let this hot glass cool here on the floor or on the table, it would cool too quickly and could potentially crack. So when we're making a drinking cup, we want to think about the thickness of the wall so that when we open the cup up, the lip of the cup isn't so thick that it doesn't feel comfortable as you sip out of it. So we can thin this out a little bit by using some tools here. Use our puffer here. And so we use that puffer to put air in and bring the shoulder of our drinking glass up. So using the blades of our jacks, we're going to go into this opening and start to open up our drinking vessel. That part never gets old. Making that, opening those cups is just so rewarding to open those up. So every time we work on the glass, we want to introduce a little more heat with a quick flash. Keep everything from cracking. But at this point, we're done with our drinking glass. We opened it up, and now we've got our juice glass. And so it looks orangey right now, but it'll be a bright yellow, red, and orange once this cools down. So our next step is to take the punty off of the bottom of the cup and put the cup into the kiln over here. The punty is a delicate attachment, and so we use a little bit of water to shock the punty. And you hear the water sizzling on there. And then we're going to carefully walk over here, open this kiln, and so the glass is safely in the kiln. And so the annealing process is at 890 in the kiln. The glass doesn't move and the glass doesn't crack. So when we heat it in the glory hole, we could get it moving again. 890 is a safe point, so I can work all day, fill the box, and at the end of the day, slowly control it with that computer controller to come down to room temperature. And so it lowers the temperature of the glass slow enough that it doesn't crack. And so we'll have to wait till tomorrow to actually hold our drinking glasses.